Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new show.
Xavier used to be my boyfriend, then my fiance, and then my husband, so he's my ex-boyfriend.
We decided that we needed to spice this up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It is, of course, the brand new show, but it's not new anymore. We've been doing the show since December last year, right before the year called It Quits. And of course, we are here and we are back. And of course, I'm with my lovely wife. And we are speaking about living with my ex-girlfriend that's now my wife. We were being a little bit dramatic about that intro, about that title, but it is what it is. We wanted to kind of have it that way.
Hey. Welcome everybody to the show this week. We are so excited to jump into it, and I am really excited to jump into it. There's a lot of juicy topics we hope that we'll be covering today. Come.
It's gonna get juicy.
It's gonna get juicy out here.
Without taking it any further, I would like us to introduce our guest this morning. I'm per se this evening. I'm so used to having evening shows. This morning. Anka, please would you do the honors?
Okay, so we have the lovely Tasneem and Sheldon over here. Morgan. Hi, my mense my
het jy goeie rasse vir ons vandag?
Ja, we want some
nie.
some sound effects out here.
Maak vir ons goeie
Like drum
rasse.
roll. Over to you. Would you like to say something?
Good morning, Sheldon and Tasneem. Thank you for coming.
Morning, guys.
They had a rough morning. We literally just
Fell
jumped
into
in, fell into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But how was the morning so far? What happened?
It was rough. It was very rough.
Tell us about your roughness.
I hope you all didn't squeal now before the show.
No, we basically just had to like get the kids done and get
The morning
ourselves
run.
done. Yes, the morning run.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that,
was done by 8.
You were done by 8. You know that story, bro. We know that story.
whoa. In our
I feel like
defense.
the two ladies must say it, so the two Owens
No,
came.
we will tell you and set the record straight. Terwyl julle lê, nee,
Exactly.
moet ons lunches spek, die kinders reg kry, moet reg wees. En dan weet jy wat maak julle? Julle staan net op, maak die hartjies reg, trek aan.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm waiting a whole half an hour for you. Stop that nonsense right now.
We sat in the car, ne?
Stop it.
And we wait long.
We wash together. So
Yeah.
we must be done together.
No.
I got
This is what I was saying.
But you know what they say,
This
bruh.
is what I was saying, right?
Okay,
We've got
what?
2 bathrooms.
Yeah.
But he goes to the first bathroom. I'm busy in our bathroom. And then he comes from that bathroom to my basin where I'm busy in the mirror and he wants to come challenge there. And I'm like, but dude, I was
You
here
have your own
before
mirror.
You were there. Like, why are you coming here?
So my question is, since that is the thing,
So
we're waiting here the whole time.
yeah.
You guys have three kids,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So who gets the given that like as is now
Yeah.
older and all of that,
Yeah.
but you still have your baby.
Yes.
So who gets ready? Who gets the kids ready and make sure that the bags are packed?
Majority of the time it's me. He did it yesterday morning.
Oh, so he can.
Okay, so you do jump in
he
also.
does. He
does.
he left me to sleep and he
Okay, so at least, right? It's not.
Ah,
You
Sheldon.
can't start
No,
the
it
rest
does.
story. You can't start a story of I must do everything alone now. At least you also stay in your
No, it
post.
I'm
of
just saying. So
Yes.
Sheldon's got one up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. you
Yeah,
know,
me,
one up. Yeah.
What you see? What my youngest one, Taya, I understand. Anka just gets very irritated with her. But me, I understand how to maneuver. Yeah. So there's this thing at school where they get stars, when they're on time and when they do what they're supposed to. So now my strategy is, baby, how many stars do you have? And I have so many stars. Okay, so don't forget now. If we're gonna be late, your stars are gonna go away.
Yes.
Hey, then she jumps up
Yes.
and she puts on the things.
Yeah, I don't have
Anka
patience
doesn't
for
have
this.
time for that.
I
Anka
don't have
just
time
shouts
for
her.
this. No, just shout. The Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Yeah, but you can't
Me,
now
I'm
shout
not
the child
about
the whole
spoiling
time.
the child. Me, I'm about
Exactly.
disciplining the
Yes.
child.
I was telling Sheldon yesterday morning, when I wake up, because I get up like at 5:05, put my alarm on 5:05 to ensure that the kids are done. And I still prepare lunch for Laika as because she is going to work. So I must literally
Momming
wake
never
Kylie
stops.
up for a half an hour. And he's like, yesterday morning, he's like, no, I don't do that. I get to her and I'm like, Kylie, we're late. You have to get up now.
And then what she moves. But I think this is the thing, right? And I want to speak to Sheldon. Maybe just come closer to the mic also, please, bro. The thing is that men and women, God made it in such a way that in the child's life there must be a mother and a father, right? And the reason that happens is because we parent differently. Mothers are softer. Mothers are kind of like more. you connected more with the emotional side of things. And mothers can be obviously hard, né? But mothers are more connected to the emotional side of things. Né?
It's softer.
But men are more like, hey, come, get up, let's go. There's no time still to cry and what.
No, I think in our household it's different. I'm the soft one.
Is it?
And my wife is the... if the children do something wrong, they'll come to cry by me.
Because they know you're not gonna.
She's gonna shout.
No, but the thing is moms are the ones that shouts, and dads normally don't shout.
They're like,
So
But
they
do you
don't
give
have
do you
that
give
sort of-
hiding?
Once a
Well,
year.
Well,
once a year.
but you used to give. Did you used to give hiding earlier when they were obviously, because obviously later on when they grow up, they more or less now know the ropes, so they don't give as much trouble as they did when they were babies or young. But
No,
what do you
I
think about
give
hiding?
maybe once or twice a year. If
Depending on the
they really
situation.
work on me, yes. But with the mother and the kids, it's every day.
But I don't need them.
They don't
I
need them.
shout
They fight each other, like shout.
But then I'm the villain. You see.
But who are they more
Then I'm
afraid?
the-
Who are they more
Me,
afraid
I'm
of?
with you.
Because I'm the villain. Because I shout and I scream and I go crazy.
I'm with you, but they're not more afraid of me. My
Really?
kids are not more afraid, no.
Now, with us is the same.
But I'm the
Anka's the
villain.
one that shouts and screams.
Okay.
Ne?
Yeah.
I'm the one that says, Eva.
Can we not say scream? Can we say can we just say motivate very aggressively?
Motivates very
Yeah.
No, I
convincing.
only get involved if I feel they're disrespectful to my wife. Then I will tell them, you don't
Yeah.
speak to my wife like that.
So you cover, you
Yeah,
stand in
yeah.
and say, hey.
I think,
Yeah,
that's fair. I mean, that's the role of the father.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but we sound very hollow.
What's happening? Is it the sound of what?
Okay.
Well,
No,
so
everyone
maybe
sounds
try
hollow.
to.
Sheldon, you know.
You not move your whole chair
Move the whole
forward.
chair forward,
Yeah.
like,
Then it's gonna be better. So here's the question, right? I wanna ask you guys.
But you
We,
she's so serious, yo.
don't be serious, bruh. You know what, ne? Sheldon is not a serious person.
He's
I know.
not.
Yeah. So, but
He's,
you guys.
he's the heck
yourself.
always.
So here's the thing for today. What we want today is just be you guys. We're just gonna have we've got some juicy questions for you guys out here, and then for our viewers who are watching and we want you guys to be part of the show. So ask us the questions. Ask our guests the questions. We want to answer your questions.
I see Kimon's already online. Good morning. She says good morning, beautiful people. Thank you so much for watching.
Morning.
So here's the thing. How long are you guys married now?
9 years.
You know what? Take us from the start, man. How did you I wanna know this. Who asked who out? How did this whole setup come about?
We want the juicy bits.
I met Tasni met the Dregs. I was 18.
Yeah.
18. By the Drakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the first night actually out. So
Yeah.
I normally stay on the corner and I saw her in the back of someone's car. So I stopped the car. Like they said, yes, with authority.
What authority?
My exact words was to, I know you. You are my wife. And then that was the last we spoke.
Yeah.
A year later we started dating.
Yeah, because I actually went out and it wasn't my vibe. I just went with my friends because, like, you know, and they went past there and I was like, yo. And I thought to myself, who is this guy? Like, I don't even know him. And that's when my sister told me, no, I know him. But then we were like chatting like for a whole year before I actually gave him a chance to date.
Then she told me, if you don't come today, you can forget about
So you had to make sure you were there.
I
And he was in
working in
Wordbank.
Pumalanga. I had to leave here and run all the
He
way.
literally
to
drove through just to come and meet me. And when he came, like the first time he saw me, like my hair was like done and everything. So a year later, when he saw me again, he saw me with braids and he looked at me and he's like, no, man, this is not the same guy. And he told his friend in the car, no, I'm sure this is not the same
This is a
guy.
different person. So what happened? How did it play out from there?
So he said to himself, because it was that night, and then he was like, no, let me go back tomorrow again and see. But the next day when he came, like my braids was out and my hair was done and everything, and I was like, no, it is the same girl. And then we've been together ever since. That's now, this year will be year number 17.
Joe,
Joe.
from the time you started talking.
So it's a 17 since you guys talked, but 9 years officially married.
Married, yes.
Okay, so wait, what happened? I'm still following the journey here, man. So
Okay.
so then you stopped the car that day, and that was the first time you saw her. After that, a year later, you're working in Wordbank, and
He's
then
working in Wordbank.
Yeah.
I'm in Joburg.
and then you drove. So what? You were chatting the whole time.
We used to chat not frequently, just
Now and
What,
then.
Now
on-
and then,
on
and she
BBM.
told me,
That time it wasn't WhatsApp.
It wasn't even, was it BB? It wasn't BBM. It was something
It
else.
was Mix It.
Mix It. It was
I
Mix
keep
It.
telling you about this Mix
was
It
Mix
thing.
It. BBM only
What
came
was your
out.
name?
Alright,
on
what was
Mix
your
It?
mixed name?
My Mix It name was Tessie, babe.
I never ever was the type to put
A name.
something. I always use Sheldon Morgan.
Yeah.
Just shout.
Or just your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't try to start
No.
So you're not
sexy bumps
embarrassed
and
like
what.
me. Coming with this bum story.
Yeah,
I was
people used to
sexy
put that on the back of their names.
yeah.
Yeah, and the other Brian was Fruity Loops. Never.
So anyway, then you
We
all
were
were chatting on
and
WhatsApp.
I was like,
On WhatsApp.
at the time I was going through a breakup with my current boyfriend that I had. And he was not just there, you know, like I was used, and I used to ask, I think I asked him once to send me airtime.
While you were with your old boyfriend.
Well, no, I was going through a breakup, so it was
Oh,
like
it was
on and
already
off,
that
on and off, it was
squealer,
already
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I thought.
So
I know
I was
that.
like, one night I asked him, can you please send me airtime? And he sent me the airtime. And then after, like, I think 2 or 3 months after that, his friend asked me out. So I went to the mall to go and meet his friend. And I thought, while I'm meeting Dominique, because I'm breaking up with this guy and I'm trying to move on, you know, my heart was like,
Are we
you know.
mentioning names?
No, we're not mentioning names.
I think
So
you
my
let
heart was
one
like,
go.
I was thinking to myself, I was just gonna basically play him along just to get over my current relationship.
Like a rebound.
Oh.
Yes. So that was it, and that's when I told him, I was like, you know what, I'm at Southgate right now with this person, which was his friend. But you can come later today and meet me as well. And then the friend was like, please don't meet Sheldon, because I know if you're going to meet Sheldon, I'm never going to speak to you
over.
again. And I was like, no, don't worry about that. And then I told him, you can come today. He's like, I'm in Witbank. I'm like, okay, if you don't come, then it's fine. Then don't ever come. And then he left work to come through. I think it was on a Wednesday evening.
Just
when he
right
came
in the
through.
week.
Yeah.
Are you almost serious, bro? But what are you thinking now that I'm driving now so far? Because it's like a 4-hour drive.
No, it's
2.5.
2
Two and,
hours.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm driving from the age of 15. My mother's company was all the years there, so we used to it. So it was an in and out thing, and then I somewhere stayed at home. Ne?
Yeah, he never went back to work after that.
Just okay. So then,
Date and date.
And no meer weet nie, like me and him, like different backgrounds, the way they do things, the way we do things. So the boyfriend that I had before him, I used to see that guy on a weekend only because we lived far apart. And then this one now comes to my house every day.
It's like,
And I'm
yeah,
telling
man.
myself, nee man, iets is nie reg nie. I'm telling my sister, like, why is this guy coming here every single day? Like,
What a relationship is.
I wasn't
You must
used to
see
that.
your person every
as
day.
much as you can.
Every day.
I wasn't used to it.
So you didn't go back to Witbank. You were somewhere.
He was
So you
somewhere-
somewhere started working
till
from
till
here.
now, even though you know we all the years together, we always in each other's face. Till now,
Yeah.
Do you like being in her face?
I'm used to my wife.
Like it. No, yes.
Sometimes.
It's the
You know what?
honesty. It's the honesty for me.
But come I tell you, come I tell you, Sheldon, and I want you to be yourself. Because the reason we wanted you guys on the show is because sometimes we see Tasneem is obviously a social media person, and then she puts you on blast on social media. Then, like you come into the room, then you say something simple or you do something
Yeah.
simple, but it's funny. It's numb and it's like away. It's like authentic. It's original, and that's what we were
No,
like.
I am that type of
We
person.
must get you
Since
both
it's
in the room.
24, I want to show all the people I can be a civilized.
Yeah, we really don't want you to be too civilized because it's what adds to, it's what makes it numb and it's what makes it fun. The fact that you just yourself and that you don't worry who thinks what or who says what.
Yeah.
You just let it go, you know.
Yes.
So now from there, Yola, now you're jolling now. You're dating for real now.
Yeah.
Your ex-boyfriend is still trying to make plans, still trying to drop in the DMs. They're trying to make some sort of effort
we were
towards
like,
this thing.
We were like speaking, like on and off, but I didn't want to let him know that I had a boyfriend at the time, you see, because I isolated hopes, like, you know.
Keeping the options open in
I was
case.
keeping my options open until one day, like, he said something very hurtful to me, and I cried when he called me, and he was like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this guy that I was dating said 1, 2, 3," and he was like, "Why are you worried? Like, I am here for you." And since that day, like,
Coming right and shining out.
Like, I must
And
hear,
but
I
we
worried.
weren't dating long until she moved in with me.
Yeah.
I was staying that side. So I said she must move in with me. It was like 5-6
Yeah,
months.
I wasn't working, so like things got so serious so quickly, and because like Ika was already there,
But Ika is not for what's Sheldon?
no, it's not Sheldon's biological child, but
But he
As-
just
as your
it's his
cousin.
child.
As some cousin.
There's no
Okay.
such a thing as yeah.
So I had a big fallout at the time with my mother. And then I just decided, nee, ek is groot, ek gaan my nou uittrek, you know. But I wasn't working, he was the only one working. So when we moved out, guys, I initially thought this guy was older than me. Because when we met, he told me he was 21. And me at the time, I was 19.
Plus you big also.
That is big, yeah, and tall. So I was 19 at the time, and I thought to myself, okay, no, it's fine. I'm going to moving in
Yeah.
with my guy. And then one day, I'm not working, I'm baking and I'm cleaning. And I find the guy's ID.
And
And
then
I
you check
see
the
the
date.
year he's born. Ek sê nee man, dis mos 'n jaar na my. I found him like, Sheldon, jy het nie vir my gesê jy 18 nie. He's like, yo, I forgot how
So
old I was.
Yeah, that's the excuse.
Yeah, that's the right excuse. I'm a type, I don't like to get into I don't like an argument. I just don't like it at all. Even if Tasnim is like, you know, her voice. I don't like arguments at all.
My voice.
You look like you can make it a joke, Summer.
Yeah.
Hold up. What do you mean a voice? Hold up.
She
You know,
gets like
a
shouted.
woman, they the fights go for too long. You can't just say sorry and leave it there. They're gonna tell you now about yesterday and That's the only problem I have.
And you just like, hi man, it's finished now, leave it now.
Yeah, I'm right.
But okay, yeah. What are you
And
gonna do?
she believes sorry is that all I can do? What other word is it? Huh?
She wants you to now do something now else to
Yes.
show that.
Whoa. Okay, this is what we always say. Women and men think differently.
Yes.
Julle praat.
Yes.
Ons soek nie woorde nie,
Ons
ons
soek
soek dade.
action.
Ja,
Yes.
ons soek action. So jy kan nie verder as die sorry gedink het nie.
Nou sê ek vir hom, weet jy wat nee? Can you go fetch a plate in the kitchen and break it? And then you put bond on to bond it together and say sorry to the plate for it to be fixed again. Because it won't
Yeah, but
work.
that is a plate and a leopard. We are humans. We are the most ultimate species on the earth. We created the plate.
So then from there, at which point do you now decide, nah, this is gonna be my wife now, I'm gonna now propose? How does that whole setup work? Did you go speak to her mother? How did you operate?
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
Julpa
nah,
was
bitchy.
always my Julpa. Ne?
yeah, Julpa is my
The
mom.
thing is, when she got pregnant with Kylie, then we knew, because now Tazim brought me. I was a Christian all my life, but not strong. So we believe now we had one already without and like
No.
Without being married.
Yeah,
No,
so
you
we
forgot.
have to-
You forgot to. We had Skylar. We had Skylar, which is my second born, and then after Skylar, we went through a very rough patch of our relationship. We actually separated for 2 years, and we got back together after Skylar turned 2.
Yes.
So when Skylar turned 2, we got back together, and not long after that, I fell pregnant with Kylie. And then we were like, sure, no, we have to get married.
We have to make this official now,
yes.
because we cannot
So-
just have all the
Yeah, so Sheldon initially did propose, I think in that time when Skylar was still a baby.
Yes.
But nothing really happened from that. It was just like, will you marry me? My next planner, next nothing whatsoever, nothing. Like it was net, okay,
Die
ek is
gedagte
geboek.
maar-
Ek is net geboek, that's it. So from there, and that's when we separated, and then after, like when Skylar just turned 2, we got back together. So he had to work on a lot of things to build trust in our relationship again, and that's when we moved back in together again, and he like literally had to like go and work again and all of that, and then not even long, like a year staying together again, I fell pregnant and we're like, no, we have to get married. And our wedding was gepland in 2 weke. Alles was for free. Alles was for free.
But just the truth, Tasnim, why I chose her until today I stick with her. That 2 years when we left, that was my thing, because I was abusing substance, like drugs and stuff, heavy. And I've been, I'm not going to say how much, but many times in prison. And through that years we went together, Tasnim was always the one day. Like if it's visiting, she was there. If I don't see even my own parents, but my wife of my girlfriend at the time was always there for me.
Yeah.
So you knew to say that's one.
No, she stood at me and she fetched me. Even though I used to sometimes go for 3 months, she'll fetch me. She'll fetch me.
But what are you thinking this time? Like,
I'm thinking to myself.
You just love this guy so much. It's
Yeah,
like,
no,
yo,
future, no.
no matter how does mess up, I'm gonna go fetch him.
Yeah, no. I was thinking to myself, like, God, at the
Hosea, you
time.
make a Hosea.
Yeah. At the time when I met Sheldon, I was Christian already, because remember, I was born a Muslim. So I converted to Christianity. The boy that I was with before Sheldon actually took me to church, and that's how I became, And then after that, I started coming to Crystal Church. Tyd het toe bou hulle nog, toe sit nog hy plastic stoele en wat nog is so. Then I was with him, and I just thought to myself, God, why this person? Like, why? And then I left him like a few times, but ek vind myself weer terug saam met hom. But then I said to Sheldon, you see, everyone that you meet has a purpose, despite your spouse or whoever it is. That guy that came into my life before him was there to bring me closer to God.
Yeah.
And then for my purpose was for him to bring him closer to God. And that's how I looked at it. And there was many times when I wanted to give up. There was many times where I thought like, I can imagine most of life with somebody else that is like straight, and all of that.
It's not gonna give me stress.
But
so
like,
much.
dan vind ek myself weer. Ek sê myself in my mind, ek gaan nie. As jy met my kom praat, ek gaan nie. Ek gaan net, like you practice in the mirror. I'm gonna
He
say
says
this and I'm gonna
I
say
don't-
that.
I'm not gonna fold anymore.
Yeah, but then he comes and he says, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna anymore. And what do that? And I think for myself, oh my God.
So when you say that, it's just love, then it's just like,
guys.
I actually love this. Oh,
Yeah, it's weird.
But you know what? I don't think any marriage is perfect, because
Yeah, no
till
one
now,
is
before we came here, I also asked her, how are we going to go forward if you're going to talk like us?
No, because ek vra hom om uit my mirror uit te kom in die badkamer. Hy sê vir my ek is rou. Maar ek was daar voor hom.
Hoe het ons gevra? Hoe het ons
Nee. All I said was, Sheldon, I must still get done. You saw me here. Nou kom jy staan jy hier voor my in die speel. And then he's
So
like,
he felt that about
we're gonna go
disrespectful.
speak
you-
now
if
about
you
our
want someone
marriage.
for
You know,
16
no,
years,
she know.
You know the tones and how it is. If it's a pitch, it's a but high.
You know what that pitch means. Even if you didn't say it, I can hear what you say.
My vraag is, julle het wel deur baie gaan. You went through like a lot. I'm talking about prison visits and all of
Ja.
that. Maar this is the point. The mirror is the point. When you ask, hoe gaan ons voor?
Asseblief toe.
Like, this is the least of my trouble.
Explain to me.
No, but one thing what I learned, I was always like a mommy's boy. I would always like put my mother above my wife.
Yeah.
It's only now, this last year, that I realized that she's the mother of my kids.
After
So-
16 years.
Yeah, it took a while. So we're gonna get arguments, but she's my person. There isn't a day where you won't get arguments. You have to. It's only but human. We all get moody. We all get irritated. But you must just know that what we learned is to respect each other. I am not maybe say Xavier or I am Sheldon. You are not this or this. We all different people, so we all have different ways of how we live our life. So if when the sooner we learn to respect it, then the better it is.
Now
For
you're right.
everybody.
You're
Yes,
right, and
you
I
are
agree.
right.
But so what we discovered also now, because in the beginning of our marriage also, we had this challenge of I felt disrespect because Anka can also be strong, right? She can be
I also
strong, and I
have
know
a
you
voice.
also can be strong,
We
right?
have voices out here.
and
I'm just saying.
and I'm also like you, man. Ish, I don't want to fight, man. Hey, man, what can't we do a different way? I don't
But
want to
Kathy,
fight. man.
every time I get into the ring, you jump
No,
in.
but I
saying.
just want to make the point. Then my father brought us a book called Love and Respect, right?
Yes.
And the whole book was about, and this is now basically what we ended up basing all the arguments moving forward was like, we have to go back to this thing here,
Oh.
which was a man wants to be respected
Yes.
and a woman wants to
Wants to
feel
be
loved,
loved, yeah.
right? And so again, like what Sheldon was saying is accurate. Where with the tone already, there's a disrespectful tone in your voice. It's like I'm sensing like you actually being
But
rude
can,
with me.
but can I just say, sorry
Go
to
for
break
it
your
now, go for
word. Sorry to break your word. I just want to say, the tone, because like Anka was saying, you are sleeping. En ek maak die kinders klaar. I'm making lunch. I'm bathing. While you get up and you gaan
Just
chill,
get
you
up.
are and you
So
are.
there's obviously an element of
Like,
frustration on your
yeah.
side. So then now it shows in the tone.
Yes.
So
But
what
so
you
now
must be
he's
nice.
seeing it. No,
Yeah,
but that's the thing. So now he's seeing it as
We must
disrespect.
smile.
But so now then they call it a crazy cycle, ne? Where I'm feeling disrespectful, you feeling unloved. Now I'm gonna continue to disrespect you, and I'm gonna feel like you must be disrespectful,
cycle.
and then it goes into this
Yeah.
loop, and then that loop can go wherever the loop ends up going, and for some people it goes up until where it
For you
gets
guys,
physical.
16 or 17 years. For other people that don't end that long.
No, but-
Where it gets physical, or they end up really divorcing, and they end up because in that loop just cycles. And the easiest way to stop that loop is obviously the love and respect.
Yeah.
Because now I'm not gonna feel to love you because you're an onbeskof met my no kom ek no nice wees met jou. So then you feel that way, and then I
And
feel
then-
a certain way, and
yeah.
then it goes back and forth,
Yeah.
back and forth, and that's everyone goes through that.
Yeah.
And
Literally everyone.
even for
including-
us, we have that cycle
Yeah.
now and again.
Yeah.
You know, it's not fully gonna go away, but it's a matter of becoming self-aware. It's a
Yeah.
matter of becoming aware of the situation,
Yeah.
and then you get.
And
into
you want to
that
catch it as soon as you recognize it. When you
Yeah.
see, "Ish, okay, wait, let me.
Yeah.
I see now. This is not just gonna start a thing that's gonna go now on. Let me try and squash it before it goes further. And if you try and squash it early, what I'm saying, what we now figured out, then you'll be like, hey, but let's squash this thing.
No.
Yeah, before it
Yeah.
gets
Ach, en
becomes
my mond
something
net.
else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like, then it's easier. So the one argument we had that Anka always mentions is, I'm fetching her the one day we're going to go buy our stock for Chinatown, right? Now we're going,
Why
now
must you say these things so publicly?
now I don't like being in the shops.
I sound
I don't
Gucci.
like walking around the whole day. I don't like let's go to the shop. It's already irritating for me. But
Yeah.
now it's like, ish,
You have to.
Husa, let me just get this thing done. Because the worst thing is something happens to my wife. I wasn't there. Now I'm gonna think, yeah, why didn't I just go? Why wasn't I there to protect? Because the last thing you want to know is something happens, and then you thinking, ish, at least I would have been there. So it's like, okay, let me just and go. So now we're going. I pick her up. Now she leaves a whole wallet by the house, a whole everything, the things that you need to go in. Now we're already driving. We're far now.
Oh my word.
Now she's like, where we going? I'm like, what do you mean where we going? I'm taking you to buy the things.
There was
Now, yeah, you gonna tell me when to buy the things. I don't have the money. I don't have anything.
It's a purpose mistake.
I'm like, now, what did you think was gonna happen? I'm like, nah, man, so now must you turn around. Look, you already here, man.
and you guys know we love
Plus, now you must
fun.
know that we stay far.
Yeah,
The
far.
petrol is already doing this. I'm already there. I really didn't want to go on this trip. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man. Oh, man.
I Petrol
Yeah.
So you know what she did? What she would have normally done was like, yeah, but you didn't. How was I supposed to know why you just asked me?
It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. You
But
didn't
now
say.
she decided, okay, baby, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Even
but
though it
I
was-
break your
I
plan.
must now turn around. She's like, baby, I hear you. You right. I'm wrong. I was supposed to bring the things.
yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
From there, I'm so much quiet.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me omdraai.
It's like, "Ish, let's just turn around and go fetch this thing." But what we realize is that
Yeah.
the quicker you squash it,
Yeah. It doesn't escalate.
it's like,
yes.
okay.
Doesn't escalate.
It is.
I can't now say anything else. We said no Clark says sorry. Was it you say not gonna fight?
Quickly, guys, let me jump into the comments real quick. We did greet Kimon. We've got Laverne Janikram that says, "Good morning, beautiful couple." And we've got Lady J that says, "True love conquers all." You guys are just an inspiration. Taz and Shal, keep shiny.
Thank
and Shaylee, yeah, I can't read that last name, says, I love how authentic Tasneem and Sheldon are. And then we have Janine Broncos that says, "Hi, the Morgans," and Tasneem is on nodig, ha ha ha.
Janine says so. What a-
Janine, hou op.
but here's the thing. Part of, and you're right, Sheldon, was what you're saying. Ne? You quiet and you jokey, but actually when you speak sense.
Kyk hoe vat jy Sheldon. Kyk hoe vat hy Sheldon se paarde hoor. Die hele tyd. Ek sê
That's
dit gaan nie
it's
aan.
just a matter of like he's always quiet, man.
Moet
But
worry nie.
he's actually making sense.
I'm just saying, nee, we've got a voice, Tasneem.
Yeah, no.
We do have a voice.
God has given us that.
Yes.
For a reason.
For a reason.
Yes.
And we are
No, I'm just
strong,
saying.
yes. We
He
are
normally,
strong.
Sheldon always comes across as, oh, it's always, not taking things serious, joking.
Yeah,
and that.
yeah.
But he's talking the truth.
He knows. The wisdom is here.
That was the reason.
Don't let me unleash it upon you. Because also what you were saying, the story, I also believe it. If you're not in a marriage for the right reasons, squash your fight now, because you soon, even if it's 3 weeks later, you're gonna You're still gonna
but
squash
guys
it.
also allow us to heal. So for example, like you guys, like that argument that you had, you decided, okay, no, that for me, okay, ek verstaan now, let me squash it here, whatever. But for us that's been battling with certain things for so many years that wasn't dealt with, allow me to heal. Allow me to feel what I'm feeling, and allow me to go through the emotions that I have to go through with. So your Pastor Ka always says, like, you can't just push it under the rug every single time, because tomorrow something small happens, then is it chaos because you didn't deal with A, B, and C. So yeah, that you must give me the chance om jou weer te sien, because the truth of the matter is, I love you, yes, but I'm not always gonna like you. Sometimes I look at you. Sometimes I look at you and I think to myself, wow, he makes me cappuccino like Yana. Like I actually told him. Yeah, ek het hom gesê. I was just thinking, you know what, Sheldon, if we ever didn't have to work out, who's gonna make for me cappuccino? Who's gonna allow me to be in charge of the finances? Because he allows me to do that, you know. Who's gonna give me all the money and like you just ask, can I have this or can I have that? What works for y'all doesn't work for us, and what works for us doesn't work for y'all. And then at other times I'll look at him and I think to myself, Yana, hoe come he so breathe like
breathing on my head, yeah.
But you know what? Let me explain it.
But that is natural, right?
Let me just say, all women go through that. Because
Yeah.
this morning even you asked me, what is it met jou wat jy net, because as ek kom sien, ek wil net jou gesig opeet. But other times I feel like net, joh,
Yeah.
baby, shh. Your ass
You go hear me order, man.
So let me explain this. All women go through this. And you asked me,
I
I
always
told
tell
you,
you that.
it depends on which time of the month
Yes.
it is. It has to do with our
Yes,
hormones.
the hormones.
Yeah, so there's a time, 14 days from a certain day. We are just, ons is net lief vir julle, alles
Yes.
van julle is net mooi,
Yes.
is net, julle doen dit alles reg.
Yes.
Smell it.
The other
Nice.
the other 14 days, jy kan nie jou sokkies op, jy
Ja.
kan nie die doen nie,
Ja.
kan jy nie help nie, jy beteken ook net vandag net mooi
No.
niks. You know, so
You mean absolutely nothing.
but at other days, you are our
Yeah.
world, our
Yes.
sunshine. Besides the fact that you are in love, besides the fact that this is your person, it has to do with hormones and what happened that day. So give us room to also feel what we're feeling
Yeah.
in that time and understand. Ons gaan nie die hele baba met die badwater uitgooi nie. We feel that way in the moment, but it's not what it is like.
Yeah.
Can I ask a
And-
question?
And
Okay,
sorry,
go.
can I just comment on that, Anka? When you say you are in love, like love for me, like I always have this discussion with Sheldon. Love for me is not how you feel. It's a commitment, regardless of how I feel. Alles ek nou moody or whatever, I'm still gonna do right by you because you are my person. I love you. So, like you need to accept for Sheldon altyd, it's very hard to be a man. It's hard to be a man because you need to basically provide, you need to be emotionally stable to be with a woman, because if you are not going to be a emotional being, a strong emotional man,
Like a pillar,
you
yeah.
won't be able to handle a woman. Everything will be chaotic because you can't even deal with this situation. You understand what I'm saying? That is why they say you need to make her feel safe, protected, love, and all of that. It's difficult to be a man, so shout out to all the men doing it right.
I just want to let all the men know that A, B, and C what they talk about. Even if you don't brush under the carpet, even if you deal with it, that A, B, and C remains until the day you go to the grave. That's the truth. There'll always be A, B, and C.
I think you can figure it out, man. I think you can figure it out.
It has to do with
It might,
personality.
some things might take longer. Some things might take longer.
Okay, but at least A
others
or
go away
B
quick.
will always come in the
Yeah, maybe there'll still be C left. But the other side, they start fading away. I want to ask a question. How do you guys feel about fighting in front of the kids?
Oh, that's a deep one because we've been doing that day, and we've been working on basically not, doing that, trying to resolve the matter alone in our room. Like after
But when you do it, do you know, like,
in that
I
moment, you
shouldn't
don't
be
know.
doing this.
No, you know, like, but you squat, like,
Jy dink jy straight.
And
You worry nie.
also because like you're bringing up, like as jy gesien het, okay, this is what people is doing, you think it's normal, and now you're growing up and you see, okay, how other people are doing things, it's not net for the wit mense nie, it's for everybody, because the white people fight
Gaan
like
skool,
that,
hè, die
like
kamer.
nobody must know, you get what I'm saying? But obviously even if you don't argue in front of your kids and there's tension, hulle gaan dit
Yeah,
ook
they
ja.
can feel the
They
tension.
can
Kids
feel
are
like
very
something is
perceptive,
not
yeah.
right.
You can feel
yeah.
the tension.
Yeah.
Now, so again, and like you're saying, it's also based on upbringing. It's
Yes.
also that situation of my time and so much
Yes.
here in front of us,
Yeah.
so it's
It's
easy,
normal.
It's my part of the deal.
It's normal.
For me, in that sense, I think that there must be balance because the
Yeah.
reality of the matter is when your kids don't know that you fight.
Yeah.
They grow up in this bubble that you must never
You must
fight.
never fight, yeah.
And then when you do it all the time in front of your kids, then it's
They
like,
think-
oh, Ned, he's no normal.
Yeah.
So there must be balance. And when I say fight, I mean strongly disagree.
Disagreement,
I don't mean,
yes.
julle moet mekaar nou
'n teken hoe jy
inklim.
deur die mure gooi nie.
Yeah.
No.
That's not what I mean, but I think there must be an element where you raise your child in the reality of what things really are, the true reality of what a relationship is. That
Yeah.
communication must happen.
Yes.
That there are going to be disagreements, and disagreements are good, but that's what makes us grow and go forward. Because
Yeah.
false sense of peace isn't peace at all.
Yeah.
Okay, but van een ding na die ander, ek wil by julle weet. Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Tot hierdie punt, and what made it worth it?
Sometimes we spiteful and we won't think it's worth it, but if you look around by the way the Lord bring you, like beautiful kids, beautiful house to stay in, you have to make it worth it because He blesses us that we can't see it. And there's so many others that, like, they look up to us. I hear it on a daily basis. You guys inspire me, but they don't know the struggle. The struggle is 10 times worse than what you know.
As jy by die Instagram reality
Yeah.
versus
After it Instagram,
not so
but
bad.
why did you say that in the That's the way it is.
Guys, for me, I would say it was definitely worth it because at the time and everything that I've been through with him and seeing him become better, you know, a better version of himself from the time I met him till now, becoming independent and being responsible. Also, after all these years, standing up for me, basically, when it comes to the in-laws. So it was
How do you feel
definitely
when he
worth
stands
it.
up for you?
Like it just
Like if
happened.
if he says, "Hey, this is my wife," wait you. How do you feel like as the woman? Do you feel like, "Yeah, my man is
My
here,
man's got
he's
her."
supporting me"?
No, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. Even we had a we currently still have that.
In the incident.
Yeah, in that. But he stood up, and that was it in December this year? In December last year, sorry. In December, and he told, like, you're not gonna speak about my wife like that anymore. I'm not gonna allow you to do that. And when he came home to tell me this is what happened and this is what I told them, and for my was it shock because I had nooit gedoen in hom hele lewe nie. And then at the time I was like, okay, so go fetch the kids. Like, bring je kinders huis toe. Kom eens die kinders nog haar. Like, why didn't you bring the... So for me, I was irritated and angry. I didn't even realize what he did because of the hurt that came along with that for all the years. So, but when I look at him, I'm thinking like, wow, okay, you are actually, you know, you're coming
But
back.
at
Jy
which
sien my
point
nou
did-
raak.
at which
Dis nou
point did
daarom
you
op 'n
realize-
shelf.
At which point did you realize, like, yo, you actually took my part?
Yeah.
Did you think about it afterwards, or did you not think about it at all?
I
Like, when you
didn't...
actually realized.
I just wondered, like, why didn't you ever, like, okay, I understand, okay, you did now, but why didn't you, like, why,
All
like,
years.
was ek worth it vir jou om my, like, there was one day when Kaylin was actually in one of the rooms and I was at work. This was many years ago. Also one incident where he stood up for me and I didn't believe it. So Kaylin sent me a message and said, you know what, I'm so proud of Sheldon because he said 1, 2, and 3. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. But I didn't really. And then now, again.
But now you do know that.
You do know.
I do know.
But let me ask, like, in Sheldon's defense, growing up, was that like a thing where your mother was protected or your father was protected? Like, they would say, oh, this is my fraudy. Did you grow up in that sense? Like, did you have that?
I just grew up with my mother. My real father passed away when I was a year. Then I grew up with my stepfather, Gregory. But I know him till today as my father because he was always there for me. Then they went through a phase of divorce, but my mother was always with us. So I know nothing different than to respect my mother. It took me a very long time, like I said, only the last year, that I really did put a stop to it.
Oh, because you felt like your mother was there when times your mother was your go-to.
Because at the end of the day, still it is your mother.
And I think that is a natural aspect, but I think that is something that is taught over a while. So I mean, we had the privilege of going through counselling and all of that, but not everybody has that privilege. I mean, even if you have to go look at when our parents were together back in the day, counselling wasn't a thing, and counselling was for crazy people.
They had to
Niemand
just
moet-
you moet het zelf uitfigure,
So
yeah.
like even growing up in my situation, you don't say anything towards my father's family.
Yeah.
My pastor no comfy or that type of thing. So I also grew up in a situation like that. So I think a lot of that it comes through counseling, through the conferences that we go to, and you kind of like learn that. So just like to have understanding for one another, basically in that essence. Like because in the beginning, I think we were sat down and we said, "Well, this is your person. You are the first line of defense."
Yeah.
So that also didn't come naturally for us, but I think it becomes an acquired thing over time, and then to get into understanding. But if you've been in that situation for so long, then I think you kind of like short circuit. Yeah, but did you protect me?
Yeah.
But do you do the same with your mother?
Yeah.
Is it?
From the get-go. And I couldn't understand why is he not doing that for me, because
Oh,
I
that's
also
yours.
come.
That's
I
your
also
shut
come
up.
from a single parent home. My mother was also the only one who raised us and whatever. And like I also understand, like in terms of where we are, we weren't on the same level. Like I'm saying, like Sheldon is now really into his Bible, coming to church, listening to gospel. Back then he wasn't, so it was just like his mother's way or no way at all. Christmas we need to be with them only. Mother's Day with them. Every holiday you can find just with them. Like ek het die ouers nie. So that like caused so much resentment throughout our relationship, because op wie moet ek dit uithaal? Of course gaan ek dit op hom uithaal. I can't take it out on his mother or whoever. So he always could see like, no, but there's nothing wrong. Like this is what I know. Like this is how we do things. This is like our
for
family
me,
tradition.
That's how, how it is, yeah.
So I looked like I'm crazy, like jy kom nou hier and no, you want to
gonna
change
come change
everything,
things, yeah.
and I'm like, but can't you see this is not right? This is not normal. Like your mother must allow you to be a man. Like I'm not saying disrespect her or whatever, but also don't allow her to disrespect me. And this went on like for 16 years, as I'm saying, until it only stopped last year, actually in September, actually when it stopped, because I was so fed up. I thought to myself, Jana, die goede gaan nooit terechtkom nie. Like, why can't you do this? As my ma say one about Chandra and say to my ma honey, because I understand the fact that if it comes from me, my mother will still love me. If he goes and confront my mother,
Then
my
it's a
mother's going to
different
take
story,
it as disrespect, and she won't look at him
And
in
even
the
if
same
you speak to
way.
his mother, it's not gonna work, yeah.
No, I didn't have a choice. I had to stand up for myself.
But the thing is, then it still just escalates the thing.
It
But if he
escalated the
tells his
matter. Now there's
mother,
no need in a relationship.
yeah, but if he
That's
tells
what
his
it
mother,
is. That's what I'm saying.
then his mother will rather listen to him before.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yes, if he.
Your mother will rather take your
Yeah.
side if you say, "Oh, mommy, don't say
Yeah.
that." Wow.
She'll be offended, but she'll get over it.
She'll be alright
But
with you.
You're right.
the thing is, it is a wrong to follow your parents' way. That's one thing that I realize now. Should have done it a bit earlier, but if you take your person, you have to follow your own way. And
You start in your own
Create
culture.
your own culture. Yeah.
But what made you come to the because I'm sure there's people watching with the same situation, because what you're describing now
A
is
lot
not
of
something
people.
that happens just to you. It happens to gang people, and some
Everyone,
people
yeah.
don't end up figuring it out. They end up just saying, "I can't even."
Yeah.
But at which point did you also think, "Abra, hey ma, wait now, it's now you can't."
You know what? If always your parents are involved in your relationship, there's never gonna be peace. I have to realize that I wake up next to her every day, not by my mother's house.
Yeah.
I can't keep on pleasing my mother
Jy moet op die
and
bank
keep
slaap
fire
as ek
here
nog 'n keer
in my house. We're still working on it, but it's getting there.
But when that happened, and it's been a couple of months since then, since September, what has it done in your marriage, like between the two of you?
So I'm not sure if I'm correct. Sheldon's what it stopped because I took drastic measures in August, because I was like, Nia, ek gaan nie weer nie. I'm not gonna do this. And I went to court, served him and everything, and then I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that was like a wake-up call where he realized that, I can actually lose my
whole home,
family
yeah.
because of this
Trying to
problem,
take-
you know? And then that's when we like literally worked on things. But because of that, het nou onze hele relationship gemors saam met hom hulle. Obviously he has a relationship with his mother then, but like for me and
But
like
in
for
your
me,
house, did it make it better for the two
Yeah,
of
the
you?
two of
much
you.
better.
Like the way you guys are, like
Much better.
hoe julle mekaar sien, like even
Much better.
like you're more in love. Like as a woman, when you feel protected,
Yes.
you love the person
More, yes.
Like you just want to do more for the person.
Yes.
Like jy wil hê kom sit hier langs
Yeah,
my. I'll go jy kom sit net langs my. You know.
But
I'll breathe
did
you
you,
by my.
did you sense like that name is more
Was-
appreciated for the fact that you're actually now standing up for her?
I
Do
do,
you
I
feel
do,
like okay
yes.
right now? She's now seeing okay right now. I'm taking your part, you know, in
You know what I do feel, because people don't know, but I'm a very selfish person. If I feel you talking to me wrong,
cut you out.
I'm like a violent type of person. That's why I don't like
That's his
fighting.
own thing.
So we did fight not so long ago, ne? And then she went out.
we were always
And then
fighting.
I was gonna go also out, but then I told myself, okay, you know what? I can't keep on doing the same pattern.
Yeah.
I
'Cause it's
said,
not
"No,
working."
It's not working.
Yeah. So you had to make a decision.
We have to. It's an everyday thing that you have to wake up knowing that you have to respect your spouse.
It's
You have to
work.
decide,
It's
yeah.
You have to.
constant. It's constant work. It's same as like, I always make an example of
Like
like.
Carl Hendrik always say, you want to stay like Doctor, what? Auntie Nora and Uncle Nora. You stay Uncle Nora with
The
them with
big
respect.
I always say like marriage is work. Like my brother said to me when we had this argument, he said to me, you know what? Just work on your marriage. You know, marriage is hard work. That is why I failed twice. Because as harder work, you constantly need to work at it. Same like going to work. You have to wake up in the morning, get into your car, drive to work, go work, come back for that salary, that reward that you're working for. Marriage is the same thing. Plus, it's difficult because you're with this person every day. And, you know, being with
Gosh,
someone
it's
every
so
day is like yours. Like, sometimes it can get much at times, you know. But yeah.
The same like running a business. Marriage is work.
It's work.
And the reason I'm grateful for the fact that you guys are like open to share like the dirty side of marriage is because people are always just seeing, and this is also why we started the show in the beginning. When
Yeah.
we started the show, we started talking about our arguments and our fights. People were inboxing us like, ons het gedink,
Julle is
julle zijn so wonderlik. Ja, pictures and videos and what. So we were like, julle dink
Everyone.
You take it the ranch,
we
things are
must show,
happening.
and the reality is that you must show that, yeah, brah, this is not just sunshine the whole time.
Yeah.
There's days it's rough.
Not just that. I think we live in a culture on social media where there's two extremes, right? And even in church circles, that you know, you guys are in leadership or whatever, so it must always be perfect.
Yeah.
They can't be.
Yeah.
So even when people ask you questions, like, no, I know of so and so who went through so and so. Like people are like, there's no real relation. And then the other thing is on social media where all the dirty laundries, or there's just no
dirty laundry at
and
all.
I think there must be a balance
Yeah.
where you must have a bit of the dirty laundry
Yeah.
where you say, well, oh, there is that.
When you show the human side and that,
Yeah.
look at the ease.
And it's not just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
But-
no one is.
But it mustn't be to the point where you make it so normal. No, there must be dysfunction. There must be the dirty laundry. There must be all of that. There must
Yeah,
be.
that's the
but
other extreme.
That's the other extreme. So then you don't get a balance. But the reality of the matter is, we all go through things. We all go through arguments, and we all get to the point where we tell each other nonsense in an ugly way, and it comes out nasty and. You know, and I was like, yeah, but you're disrespectful. Yes, we all get to that point because the reality of the matter is, ons almal raak kwaad.
Ja.
Ons almal
Ek het
raak
hom al gegooi met 'n plastic coating bottle. Ek sê
At least it was
you
a
know
plastic
what?
one.
No, I knew it was plastic, but like it was just like a shock, like in that moment because like I speel
By-
PlayStation. And Skylar,
fighting.
Esma, no, she got a tick, and I thought the child can't breathe. And I say for him, like, Sheldon, can you please get me the nebulizer? And in that moment, we're not talking to one another because already we had an argument. And he tells me, he doesn't know what's happening in the room. He tells me I must wait until he finishes this game.
But he
Ek-
didn't realize that
no,
this is going
ek
on.
vat die bottle. Ek said the child is dying. He was
Do you not tell them that you almost hit my knee out of its socket? I'm eating porridge, enjoying myself, watching
Oh,
TV.
Sheldon, did
I
you-
just feel she hit the broom or the part we speak
Julle
straight on my knee.
Stikken.
No, I was
From there, I see she fly.
I ran because I was shocked.
You
You
thought
know
the child is gonna die, yeah?
No, this was another incident. This happened when at the time we were staying with his mother and him, right, at the back. So we had an arrangement. Like if we get up, you clean the bedroom, I clean the other side of the house. So he woke up that day and he didn't do nothing because we weren't speaking. So he did everything else besides doing what he was supposed to be doing. And then now his mother sent him to the shop, this one sending him to the shop. It's already 11 o'clock. Ek vier die carpet. Like I'm standing there, he has the nerve to come in and make him Kellogg's and come sit right there in front where I am sweeping. En ek nog hem chores gedoen wat hy moet gedoen het.
En jy staan daarop.
Ja, ek sê net, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? The point is us, right? Regardless of all these elements, because I'm sure anyone that can search it has been married for long enough.
Yeah.
They tell you, hey, brah, there was this,
that
that
was
happened,
rough.
that happened, yeah, brah. It happens. At the end of the day, I think that's the question. What brings you back to? Because you, from the beginning, you loved us. Oh, you're going to court, going
The moon and back.
Yeah, going to there.
Jumping
Ek sou oor die hele lewe
And
gegaan
also
voor.
with him also ends up just coming back the whole
Just
time.
coming back.
What brings you back to like, hey bruh,
To him.
this is us, we gonna make us thing work
This
now.
is us, we
We're
think
gonna
it's
make us
gonna
thing work,
happen.
come whatever
That
may
was sister,
come.
what say? What brings you back to me every time?
I don't know, babe. Like I told you, you were my wife when I met you. So
I need to know from men, like even you. Every time the question comes, hoekom is jy lief vir my? Why do you love me?
I can't answer that question.
hey, that one it works on my last. Because you know what, a woman they can tell you something now. You're so good. You're such a good person. Ne? Such a good person. But you know in your mind, 2 hours later something can change.
Yeah.
In the same day. Then you will think yourself is my
It was
only
never
person
a
like
good
this.
person.
Just tell him all wives are like that. I'm not crazy. I'm not a sister.
You see, I'm a different type of person. I don't like social media. I don't have Facebook. I don't use Instagram. I only use WhatsApp because of the business that we have. But I like games with my whole heart.
I know.
Huh?
Are you PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Bitchy.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that
know.
is my team.
When I come
You're
over your house,
fasting
you
for 2
play.
years. I can't wait to break fast just now.
It's like he's counting the time, like,
Hey.
what time are we breaking?
It is Wednesday.
Hoe gaan jy gemaak het if it was 21 days out?
Or you fasting on the PlayStation also?
No, I don't ever fast. I took it serious this time.
Yeah.
Very serious.
Which is good.
So I tell us, no matter what age you are, you like even yesterday we spoke when we came over, anyone can change. But if you have to
You have to make an effort.
yourself, yes.
Yeah.
You have
Must
to.
be a
So
decision.
even if she told us we must say what?
What?
Like we spoke to someone and said they ate chicken, they I said no, I'm gonna keep to my way.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
even gonna drink juice.
Yeah.
Unless it is like Carl Eric say 100% juice.
Yeah,
I
we
just drink eat water and fruit and
Yeah, but
we
it's
as a
right.
family-
You took it serious.
Yeah, even with the kids, we literally, like even TV, we just, all of that.
Nah, that's
It's a good step to take
Yes,
because
good, bro.
there are results with fasting.
Yeah.
And I mean, on a spiritual level, there are results. And it does things for your marriage as well. It does things it puts certain things into perspective and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. And it shows that you can do that in other areas of your marriage as
Yeah.
well. There's one, van een ding weer na die ander ding. I want you to...
Wait, I want him to answer the question. He can't dodge a question.
What question?
What brings you back every
What
time
brings
to
you
test
back?
me?
And I want
After
to say
the argument,
can't say
after
anything.
the dust, after the that, you end up back again.
That is bro code, yeah. He put you back on the
also,
spot.
but one
He
thing I said
bailed
to
you
myself
out.
when I was young, I will never let my children grow up without both parents.
So that's what brings you back. Not because you
No,
love,
because
not
I love
you
you,
hate.
babes.
Oh, okay.
Babes.
But
The love is there.
The love
No,
is
but
there.
that's also-
It's the
that
hand
is-
there somewhere in the
But
car.
that's a serious part of it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, bruh, I'm gonna make this thing work. I don't want my children to wonder, hey, my
Yeah.
father, my
Yeah.
mother, one
I mean,
weekend by the father, one weekend by the mother.
But we did speak about this, that love is not enough. We did speak about the elements of love not being enough. And there's a lot of different elements to a marriage. And
Yes.
that is one component. It is our responsibility as parents to make it a safe space for our children first and foremost. But love is an element. We should make peace with it. And we should make peace with the fact that these men will never know their why. Like it's just, oh, that's net
Yeah, no, it's not die. Somewhere
The
there.
thing is, we know, but we don't know how to say it.
No, try.
Try.
Try to say.
We tell you.
Why do you come back to me every time?
We can't be saying
But
the
this
same
is
thing
live on air,
over,
you can't
over
tell.
all the years. We did say it, you'll know it.
But then,
Yeah,
but
babes.
on that argument, they can only say, I must respected you 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you must
Yeah,
have
yeah.
respected
I can't
you.
respect you
I
anymore.
can't respect you every day.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
That's why I tell you
Exactly.
the ABNC will always be there. Because we must always tell you the same thing. The same
Told you
thing.
that even if INB is not SC's there.
Yeah, it's there.
Tell us when you ended up in hospital on her birthday.
Oh my word. This guy's always in hospital on my
That's the word,
birthday.
know it, babes.
Babe, your thing was in the church.
When you swallow the
When you
toothpick.
swallowed the toothpick.
It was my birthday. And the year before that, it was also
You know
on my
what?
birthday.
Her
Let me
birthday.
tell you what.
But they always come now when
Oh,
somebody.
but-
I am sick, you know what?
Sure, this
I
guy
am
was-
sick and I told her.
No, it isn't. Let me tell you what happened. That day, Sheldon is telling me 3 days before my birthday, and I never celebrate my birthday. So I'm telling him, yo, this year I want to celebrate. I made a booking. I'm inviting everybody and all of that. He says to me 3 days before the time, I'm feeling sick. Ek dink van myself, "Janne man, jy gaan nou nie aansit nie." And I'm telling him, even the day of the birthday, ek sê vir hom, soos hy lê in die kooi, and I'm saying to him, "Regtig, Sheldon, regtig."
Op my birthday.
I said, no, die dag was maar nou
Jay
uitgaan
is
nou.
not the day and I'm
He's
not
no
the
shit.
He
one.
says, okay, okay, let me take you to go buy your gift. We go buy the gift. On our way back, we're driving. I'm telling him, okay, just to make sure you feel better tonight, let us stop by Mondio Medical Center. Ga naar die dokter toe.
En check
Ons
of
kom
ze-
in die ons kom maar binnen. Hier kan die man om. En daar, bij de reception area. Daar is niemand daar nie. As net ek en hy en Laika. Om oordop om. Ek sê, help. Ja,
That's why I say they don't take me serious. I'm on my sickest and I'm trying to impress you. I almost died of impressing someone. You know what?
Oh, thank
Come
God
and tell you,
about
I would like to. I don't know about other men, but if I'm sick, I'm people right.
Ali manne so.
You!
Ali manne.
Yeah, I
All
think all
of
the
them.
words.
I want you to know that
But
I'm
we must
not
be
right.
sick and leave right up.
You must give me all the attention.
At least he's honest. That's why dodgy. That's why I say no. I don't get sick. I don't get sick. But when I'm sick,
But that is the thing, I get sick once every 10 years. But I don't get sick.
Okay,
every
that-
Okay.
Plus, he'll come in. Yeah, baby, here's your water.
Yeah.
What are we eating tonight?
And she's heartless as well when I'm sick. Because when I swallowed the toothpick, I told her, you know what?
But how did you swallow a toothpick?
Because I did oma onder die kompeer, sy die pot
playing
uitgesteel
position.
en heel aangesit.
You know you can't touch the pots.
Met die toothpick aan.
So I just grab one fast before someone see.
And you know what, ne? He didn't even know. So every Sunday, that time it was most
And
now
COVID just started.
lockdown.
Everyone is scared they're gonna die. I tell Tassim, I'm dying. I don't care about COVID, I have to go to the hospital. She said, go yourself. Yeah. When I go there, I tell her, babe, I can't come home. They say there's a sharp object in my stomach. Then she takes me serious.
Yeah. You know,
So what happened? They did X-rays.
No, he before that, he
And
was
God
saying...
didn't tell me, Shell. You know what, Shell?
Take the
This is acid reflux. Let me give you something. Let me give you something to fix it.
I also did it to someone before. But usually the stomach is relax.
Yeah.
Yo. And then I blame the Malva because it was
Yeah, that time we used to make
did you
malva pudding.
Oh,
Because
malva.
I
That's
said,
used
you
to
know
make
what that's
every-
name? Every time
You
I
put
eat this
sour
malva,
milk in it.
then das is een reflux.
And you know what? That thing when I went to hospital already made a hole through my stomach.
Yeah, it was like pushing me through.
Serious?
My bladder, yeah.
Yo.
That's so dangerous.
But you had the nervousness on his voice. When he found me, he was like, yeah,
There's
he's
a
like,
object.
babe, they say there's a sharp object in my stomach. And then his phone was off. Since then till after the operation. And remember, you can't go to the hospital. They don't allow
So what
it.
are you thinking now?
Ek dink nou vir myself, jene ek het die man alleen gestuur. Like, oh my word. Moenie sê hy's dood nie.
Yeah,
It's
yo.
the laughing for me and the seriousness of this conversation.
Sure.
So what happened? They had to take it out.
They take it out and then because I'm a little bit fat here, then the stitches couldn't heal and they had to
They left
then
it open, he had
leave
like
it
a
open.
hole
You
in
put
his stomach.
every Tuesday and Thursday, you
Yeah.
put a finger in there
Yeah.
to clean it.
Yeah.
Yo.
Loop jy hier
And
rond
still
nie?
she never can
Geikie.
do it once. I should drive myself out my home.
Ga ek hier nie mag.
For your eie geitjie.
No, but she couldn't come, but it was must COVID. They won't allow it.
Yo.
And like we share responsibilities there. So like ek sê vir hom, okay Sheldon kyk hier, ek werk. Eet maak jy kinders klaar, jy maak jy kinders klaar. Like if I cook, okay, yes, fine, I don't cook every day. Sometimes I'll buy something when I'm lazy and I tell him, okay, you must also cook. But every single time, as hy moet kook en maak hy vir ons mesh en bake.
And you know what? I get hurt a lot. I get hurt a lot in my life.
Yeah.
I went for many operations.
Yeah.
So this time it was the last.
Yeah.
They told me if they can't take it out with the camera and the things, they're gonna have to cut open.
Was it still in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still in.
So I said, okay, you must do what you must do. But don't cut. First try every trick you can do. Then as soon as I woke up of the theater, I pull it down up like this. I only saw a smaller and I said, okay, yeah, it's fine.
So they took it out.
They took it out.
Yeah, they took it out and they gave it to him. It was a hele volle
Je moet
toothpick.
hem frame.
But
Die dat het amper dood.
Ja, let kom maar iets stilletjies want niemand moet nou weet die
reeds
hele
van
mense.
steel. Yes.
No, but
Still
why do
you can
you
armor.
leave the pins inside that stuff, babe?
Om die
To
cabbage
keep
op
it
die tang.
together.
Yeah, but if it's done, it's done. You must take it out. Isn't it?
Ja, but
Ja, maar dit was nog gekook. Het was nog nie klaar gekook.
You know what's the heat make it covered? Shrink it.
She
Must
didn't
take
get
it-
the
must take
picking
it
and you
out,
did it.
yeah.
But brother, did you just swallow it?
But just wat is
Swallow
die
him.
keer dat hy niks gevoel het? Wat dan? Kan ek kyk jy guys se nek af? Hy het niks gevoel nie.
Yeah.
Okay,
you-
now that's Nim before we close.
Yeah.
Why do you end up coming back to Sheldon every time?
I also because I love him, but besides love, because I already had a child of my own, I didn't want to still have the drama of still having children now from different, you know,
People
and not
and all
being,
this,
yeah. So like even at the time when Skylar was born and I had Skylar and I had Laika, which was now Sheldon is the dad of Skylar and Rialton is the dad of Laika, and I was so devastated. I thought to myself, hoe kan ek vir hom wil trust and you get what I'm saying? So when we came back to one another, I told my like we don't want our children to live.
So dear maka.
Also because like Ika had went through a lot with my in-laws, who is not accepting her and all of that, and we constantly have to talk about that. You know, at the when all that things happened in our marriage, like vir jy regtig deur ry gaan, you know that what like Ika went through. Weet jy as jy 'n girlfriend gaan kry, jou kinders gaan deur ry gaan because your children's gonna feel like oh my,
Dynamics.
you know, and so we try not to.
But you accepted like from the start.
Yeah, we did. But you see, hy was so. Julle was 'n cult, nee. Dit was so 'n cult like. Ek praat nie sleg van die mense nie, but it's like that. You know like when you watch these movies where if the ringleader of the family does this, it's like
Everyone
that, and
must
niemand
go.
would
Yeah.
question. No one can get and if you don't side with this, then is jy die.
Then you're the outcast.
Yeah.
Nah, but so you're saying you love him and also you wanted to make sure your children are raised in
Yes.
a proper, stable
Yes.
environment. One house, one
Yes.
mother, one father.
Yes.
This is the time
Al
we come home
hoe
from
raak
school.
het
This
ons
is the time we come home
yeah.
from work. This is
Yes.
just to give the children also
And
order.
you guys have
Stability.
created
Yeah,
that, yeah.
stability.
You
Yeah.
created that for your children because they come home to mom and dad.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
also because he comes from a broken home, I come from a broken
You don't
home,
want
and
that
we
for
don't
your
want that
children.
for them.
Perpetuate.
Yes.
Exactly, but it is time, guys. Thank you for coming.
Ja,
It's
dit
a
het
pleasure.
That was lekker. You know what, we must do it again at some
Yeah,
point
that was
because
nice.
that was really nice. But you know what, congratulations to pulling it off after
you.
the ups and the downs.
Baie
And the many
dankie.
years.
The dear
Many,
mekaar
many
geite,
years.
what. You pulled it off. Not a lot of people can say they pulled it off.
Yeah.
Other people long ago
Alles
said,
waar.
I lost one time.
Yeah,
I'm
so
out.
I'm out.
And you guys are pulling it off. You're making it work through the ups, through the downs. Congratulations on also taking your stand to say, hey, this is my house, this is my wife. You, my mother, I still love you, and I'll always love you. But also, this is my wife. So please also just respect us, and you know, and for standing up for your home and for your wife, with also respect to your mother because it's still your mother at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
but hey,
congratulations on that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And boundaries, there's nothing wrong with boundaries, but you know, obviously our respect remains in place, but our boundaries and our culture needs to also be in place because that now becomes first and foremost the union between you guys.
Yeah.
But we had a talk and it was nice to hear, and it was nice to hear that the everyday things that is net ons nie.
Yeah.
You know,
Ons is almal.
Ons is almal and it's and but thank you guys for being here with us. Any last thoughts from you guys' side?
Nothing from me.
Nothing from your
You
side?
said your sense.
The influencer must say something. Something.
No. just guys, whoever's in maybe a similar situation, like going through hardships, and obviously not physical abuse and that type of things, like work in your marriage. It is so worth it. It's like a business. Like you start in the beginning, you're not gonna just run, you're gonna crawl, you're gonna walk, julle leer mekaar nog ken and all of that, but at the end of the day it will be so worth it.
Amen. I agree.
Amen.
Dankie
Your
julle.
side, nothing?
Nothing. Just a woman that's doing social media like my wife. They always complain, you don't have time for Michelle. But every night, when you sit with them, they on their phone, social media. Also, put some boundaries there.
Humble and contrite.
That man is just confirming here.
Yeah, because now they say you don't spend time with them. But when you do, the whole night.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I hope you
Thank you,
did
guys.
enjoy. That was a lekker show. Thank you to Charlene and Tasneem for being also just open, honest, sharing the ups and downs. And I know we've been married. This April will be 10 years for us also. And we know it also, it gets rough. It goes
Yeah.
up, it goes down. It goes
And we
all
didn't
over the
date.
show.
Yeah.
We didn't date at all, bruh. I just said she stays there, I stay there. Worry didn't
Done
any
deal.
vacant lessons.
On the job training.
We had to figure it out on the job, bruh. We had to figure it out on the job.
No prior
But
training.
yeah, but you know what? You have to make it work.
You
So,
must make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
guys, thank you
And
for
guys
coming.
are doing well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for everyone that commented. Thank you everyone in the comment section. Please do subscribe also and continue to like. See you guys on the next one. Love you. Goodbye.
On to the next one. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new show.
Xavier used to be my boyfriend, then my fiance, and then my husband, so he's my ex-boyfriend.
We decided that we needed to spice this up.